Hi everybody, welcome to Lazy Cat Tarot. Okay, another day, another reading. Here we go. This is a reading for Capricorn in the Lion's Gate window. So the Lion's Gate is August 8th. 8/8 is a gateway day. Whatever the day and the month align, it's always a gateway day and there's a little bit of power. But there's especially strong energy with this one because it's an opportune day for manifesting or concentrating on what you want to make a reality. And it's how to navigate through the restrictions of Saturn. Saturn's a planet of limitations, restrictions. You have to play within the rules. And this window is one where you get some glimmers into how to navigate that and how to get around it a little bit, right? So you've got one card that's come out. I always pull focus cards for the reading, and then we get tarot to go into the deeper meaning. So let's see what's going on with Capricorn in this Lion's Gate window. We're just going to cut for the second one. And let's take a look what's going on here. So the first one that came out was surrender to inner peace. So cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Okay, so this is just about being connected, being in your inner knowing, your inner truth, your connection with source and self, and coming from that space of flow as opposed to that, and this might help to clear that up. So this is surrender to overthinking. So if you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you bring clarity or even solve the problem. So the obsessive thinking, the overthinking. So Capricorn, have you disconnected from from source? Have you disconnected from your higher self? Your intuition, your inner knowing? Have you gotten yourself caught up in all of the 3D world stuff and forgot that your true nature and where we all flow from is, it's inner, right? So Capricorn, let's see where this is affecting your life, this obsessive thinking, this overthinking. It's about a situation or a person. So that'll be sort of different for all of you. But let's see, let's get into it a little bit here. Holy smokes, okay. Wow, they just want to be read today. My goodness. Okay, we've already got our set. And they flew everywhere. Wow, okay. Well, there you go. Here we go, Capricorn. We've already got it. And let's get to it. I read this deck in reverse, and I've written all the messages on the back of the cards because it's very specific to this deck. And the messages are super clear no matter which way you read them. So they're helpful all the time. So let's take a look here. We have some major arcana. We have some air energy. We've got fire energy, a lot of air, a lot of mental, which of course makes sense, right? Okay, so let's get right to it. You have death in reverse. Death is a major arcana card, and it shifts a change in your life. So this is resistance to change. Change is inevitable, and it can be positive. So this is all about accepting the change. Not getting into overthinking and obsessing about what is, what isn't, what could be, what should be, what wasn't, all the things. It's about really getting connected, right? It's about getting connected to just your inner knowing, your inner sense of self. And no matter what the chaos is that's going on around you, you absolutely cannot be affected by that in your ultimate truth of who you are, right? Like, all of the things come and go, all of the thoughts come and go, all of the experiences, they come and they go. And once they're gone, we're supposed to let them behind, right? And this is saying that you're resisting some kind of change that you're facing. So you have the Four of Swords, which is mental. Swords is mental energy, and fours are hard. So you've got a brief rest, regrouping and recharging away from a painful situation, and you're going to regain your stamina. So you're trying. You're trying here, Capricorn, but you've lost that connection, and you've gotten yourself caught up in the ego mind where it's just spinning and spinning in this one idea or this one perception of whatever this situation or whatever's going on with this other person. So let's keep going. We've got the Three of Swords in reverse. So you've got the 3 and the 4 here. And in reverse, this is You may be doing this to yourself. You need to be kind to yourself. Self-harm and forgiveness. So self-harm to me, it doesn't represent physical self-harm. It represents the emotional. It represents the mental. So you need a rest, because whatever you're obsessing about, Capricorn, it's too much. You know, it's gotten you disconnected. You don't feel peaceful or in harmony inside, and you've kind of, you want to change, but you've been balking at it. You've been resisting it for whatever reason. You know, maybe there's somebody that's trying to force you to see something, and you need to come to it in your own time and space. That could be it. But let's keep going and see. So you have the Queen of Laurels in reverse, and the Queen can, it's a court card. It can represent a person. It doesn't have to be any identity. It can be any, it doesn't have to be a specific identity. It just needs to, the person it may represent needs to just have the embodiment of the card. So this is in reverse. It was, so it was ungrounded, lacking a stable foundation and good judgment in your daily life. So whatever this is taken over your day-to-day stuff. So you could be in a stalemate with a partner where there's resistance, you know, and you've just gotten caught up in whatever this situation is with this person. It doesn't have to be a partner, because there's nothing about romance in here. So it could just be a connection with another. And you've really, like, your claws are in it. Your mental claws are in it. And it's really affecting your sense of peace here. So let's keep going. You've got the Seven of Wands, which is fire energy in reverse. Perpetual scrutiny, responsibilities and attention due to your elevated status or standing may be too stressful. So are you feeling like you're under the gun here? Perpetual scrutiny. So is this self-scrutiny? Are you like really criticizing yourself, or is there scrutiny coming from other? You know, there's definitely conflict that you've got to move through, but I can definitely see why you would be balking if there's external judgment that's coming, right? Because our immediate response is to want to be defensive and not be willing to look at other perspectives, because the ego feels threatened. And then this whole, you're getting attention because of something perhaps you've done in a positive way, or maybe where your standing is in your community group or with this situation, but it may be too stressful for you. So maybe there's too many eyes on you right now, or maybe you feel like, Capricorn, there's too many eyes on you right now. So we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse, and this is emotion, you know, and this is settling or pretending. It's all good. It's due to fear of the unknown if you were to leave a situation. Okay. So are you settling for something, or are you pretending something's okay? Are you masking it? That's what it seems to me. It seems to me like there needs to be a conversation between you and another, or there needs to be some kind of clarity, because it feels, Capricorn, like you're just allowing these mental thoughts to build and build and build and build until it just consumes you, consumes your everyday. It affects your everyday life. And there's this dissonance here, but you've got a really nice outcome. It's interesting. So you have the Page of Laurels, and this would be Pentacles, three-dimensional stuff, physical stuff. And this is bringing good news in earthly things, new groundwork for a long and successful journey. And the page is represented, if it's a person, it's a youthful person. If it's not, it's at the beginnings of something. It's at the learning stage, the gaining knowledge stage. So it looks like you're going to move through, but let's take a look. You've got the Nine of Swords, which is heavy again. It's like heavy energy, right? So we've got this in reverse, and we've got hope and wakefulness. You're waking up from a nightmare period, and it's finally ending. So, okay, so that's a positive, that you are moving through this. And then your very last card in tarot, we're going to pull more, but your last card in tarot is the Wheel of Fortune, which is the best, right? So this is a fire in Jupiter energy, karmic balance, acknowledging greater forces at work, right? Acknowledging that its spirit guides you. Whatever your relationship is to God as you understand it, that's where your answers are. That's where your grounding is. That's where your peace is, you know. It's all within you. And all four elements are needed for the balance. So the air for the mind, the pentacles for the ground, the swords for the swords for the air, sorry, the wands for the action and the energy, the fire, and what's that last one? Cups for water, right? And then the fifth is always spirit. It's always connected to spirit. All right, so let's get a few more cards just to tidy up the message here, but it really looks like you're going to move through this, but you've been putting off a discussion, you've been putting off a confrontation. And conflict doesn't have to be negative, right? Like we often think that it's going to be scary and it has to be ugly. It doesn't. If we don't bring the ugly energy to it, then it doesn't necessarily have to be ugly. We can't control what somebody else says or does, but we can control how we respond to that, right? So just a wee channel here. If you can like and subscribe, that would be awesome, because I'm just beginning. And if you're kind of digging it, then you know, stay with it. And if you know anybody else you think might get into it, please share. That would be really, really awesome. Okay, I'm going to just pull the last one because it just doesn't seem to want to pop right out. We had some pop out, but it was too much. Okay, so here's your final message cards, Capricorn. Interesting. All right. So this is called sovereignty. The trigger statement is, what will they think? Judgment, right? That scrutiny. And the truth statement is, I navigate through life with ease. Now you must claim your energetic independence. Cut the cords to lower vibrations. It's time to ascend. So this means you need to cut through these blocks. You need to let go of whatever this past is, because this is about something in the past that you're bringing into the present. You're bringing that energy with you. You've bought it, you've taken it home, you're owning it, you're holding it tight, and it doesn't serve you anymore. So you need to get rid of that, right? You need to let that go. You need to allow that to leave, because that's not helping. And then we have focus, which is feeling empowered. The trigger statement is, I don't want to be here. But the truth statement is, I'm exactly where I need to be. You're ready to allow the energy from Source and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here. So getting focused and getting out of this obsessive thinking, that's going to help you. So it's all about slowing down, and particularly in the mind, but also getting connected. And Capricorn, your Earth, right? Like, you've got to get connected here. And then you have resonance. The trigger statement is, I'm right. And the truth statement is, I'm open to the unknown. You're being shown what is dissonant, what doesn't align in your life. Allow the beliefs that are not serving you to fall away and be open to your own bright future. We just talked about that, Capricorn. Exactly. That's exactly the message. You know, like buttercups, just let go of the reins a bit. Drop the stuff that's prickly and it doesn't feel good, you know, and drop the need to be right. At some point, we all think that we're right and we're standing and we're wrong and strong, or we're not, we're right and strong. But in the situation, be able to read the situation. Like, do you need to be right? Is that the ultimate goal? You know, is it okay to compromise? How are you expressing that you're right? Is your ego involved? Is it for the highest good of another? Like, you know, think about those things. So this is a pretty good reading here, Capricorn. You know, it's about you and a shift in you that will ultimately affect others in a really positive way. So this is your Lion's Gateway reading for August 8th, 2024, Capricorn. And thanks for sticking around. I appreciate that. Remember to live big and shine your light bright. Until next time.